Hey guys, welcome back to Ritu here today with a new video. Today taking a look at Rocket Racing. That is correct, the brand new racing game from the developers of Rocket League that you can play inside Fortnite. Brand new for free, full game within Fortnite now. We looked at Lego Fortnite yesterday. We're going to look at Fortnite Festival tomorrow. But today is Rocket Racing, and in comparison to those, this one does not feel quite as finished. It's still good, but it doesn't feel like nearly as much of a complete polished package as Lego Fortnite did yesterday. That game is incredible. If you haven't seen my video on it, watch that after this one. I'll put it on the end cards. But today we're taking a look at Rocket Racing, and while it is good, definitely, like, it surprised me. I expected it to kind of be bad, honestly. If I'm just being honest, I had low expectations. I thought, like, I'm hoping it's good. I've always said, like, hey, why doesn't Rocket League have a mode in Rocket League that's some sort of race? Like, you guys made a car game and there's no racing. Like, you've got boosts, you've got this crazy movement system, but you don't have any racing. So finally we have Rocket Racer. But the thing with it is that it just doesn't quite feel done. And obviously it isn't done. It's going to be a live service game like every game that exists now. But it's going to be a game within Fortnite that you can kind of go and play when you feel like it. But it did launch with a ranked system that I have some stuff to talk about on that. But it's basically just a grind system. So if you're interested in like that level of it, you do at least have a reason to play it like a fair amount, because you're just going to be grinding away. But in general, there doesn't seem to be too much there. The one thing that is nice is they have a lot of challenges and like stuff like that will progress your Fortnite pass, so it's not a waste of time or anything if you like Fortnite in general. You're still doing challenges and getting stuff, but all of them just happen passively. There's nothing you can really focus as far as challenges go. Like, it's not a specific task that you can do. It's literally just like use boost, get a drift, stuff like that. You just play the game and they just happen. So I don't know how they could change that or make it more engaging. They honestly really can't, but they're there at least, and you can get XP that way for your Fortnite pass and stuff like that. But as for the actual game itself, I do think it is really good. I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything like that. I do think it's good. It's better than I thought it would be. It's more fun than I thought it would be. But there's a lot that needs work, and some stuff shouldn't have been released this way, I feel like. Mainly, especially the in-between matches, like the quickness to get into a match and out of a match into a new match. I don't know, like onboarding, I believe is like the term for that, but just like the player getting into a game takes a long time. Like, in between games is far too long, and there's an easy fix for that in my eyes. The way it works right now is you just queue with your friends if you want, or by yourself. You just queue into a game, and then so you're searching for a game that takes like up to a minute. It has a rank system always, so it's trying to find you a decent race. So that'll take like a minute or two, and the higher the rank you get, if anyone's familiar with Rocket League, when you get up there, you're going to be waiting a while. So let's say that takes about a minute or two. Now you spawn in, and you have to like sit at the racing start line, sometimes for another like minute, because you're waiting for like some Joe Schmo on his like Fortnite on mobile or something to load in. So you have to wait there for like another minute, or someone can't connect, or it's waiting with like 11 out of 12 players. So now we're at 3 minutes, and now you do a race that is only 2 to 3 minutes long. At most, your race is 3 minutes long. So now we have already an even amount of time spent matching and racing. And then after you've done your one race, now you have to like hit next race, and you have to wait again for it to like queue. Even when you're already now in a server with the same people, you have to wait again, like up to a minute or 2 more minutes to get another game. Then you're waiting on the start line again, and it's right back to like 3 minutes in, 3 minutes out. It's a very long amount of time, and then a lot of the time you're getting a matchmaking error. If you like, I've noticed that if you rank up into new rank with your group and you're queuing, like I was playing with 3 people, I rank up, I'm the host, I will error out after that match. Everyone has to like leave, or they start the race. It doesn't put me in the lobby, so I have to sit on the menu now for a whole race and then go through it all again. It's a lot of like server and matchmaking issues, like beyond just the launch. This morning when I got on right at launch, the servers weren't working at all. But I'm just talking in general. you're disconnecting sometimes. Some of you are getting in the race, some of you aren't. It's pretty annoying, and stuff like that I feel like should have been tightened up before launch. But mainly the time in a race and not in a race, when all you're doing is like queuing, should be drastically a different ratio than 50-50. It should not be half my time sitting on the couch like waiting for the lobby to start, and then it puts me in the lobby. I'm like, okay, race time, and then I'm sitting there for another like 2 minutes because it's at 7 out of 12 players and it's just sitting there. I don't know what they're really doing. And the main solution that I'd love to suggest, if anyone cares, I don't think Fortnite does are watching this, I would like to see you guys just implement Grand Prix sort of circuit system where once I queue for a match, I hit queue. Since it's all ranked anyways, everyone that gets in there should be generally the same, just like a normal match would be. But now we do 4 races or 3 races, whatever you want it to be. You do a Grand Prix of 4 races so that you don't have to re-queue in between. You just, on the initial queue, you put us in, and you already have your 4 maps in a row, and then you do the Mario Kart rules, like first place gets 20, second place gets like 18, and that sort of thing, for points. And then at the end of the 4 games, the rank is rolled out. These races are only 2 to 3 minutes long. This is still and this cuts down on matchmaking time, like I said, by 50%, like more than that even. Instead of 3 minutes matching, 3 minutes racing, you're now looking at 3 minutes matching and like 12 to 15 minutes racing. So this is by far much better for the player, and it's basically the same amount of time, and you get to do like 4 to 8 times the amount of races that you would otherwise. So I don't know what the downside here would be. And then at the end, you just award rank up or down based on like where you land at the end with placements. If anyone's done like Grand Prix and Mario Kart, or really any game where you do multiple maps in a row, and like if you get first in the first one but third in the next one, but then second, the other guy who got like second, he might actually be above you, even if you got like first, second, but then like 9th or something bad happened, but then you award rank at the end based on that, and that would keep players actually racing longer and not on the menus for so long. And that's my sort of main gripe, because that's really the one you feel. On top of that, I do think it lacks a lot of the polish that I saw in Lego Fortnite or in any racing game right now, if I'm being completely honest. There is a fair amount of jank.
Yep. Babe, where are you?
What the f just happened to my car? What the f was that? Guess I'll go to the bat. Like, anytime you're sort of interacting with another racer, there's a decent amount of jank. Oh, I have the perfect props for this. Say that I'm this Merc, and then Racer 2 is this Octane. Okay, are we following? I'm trying to make this so the Fortnite viewer can follow. I'm the Octane, and you're the Merc, okay? And the driving, right now the driving is good. We're just driving, everything works fine. But if I come close to where we're sort of touching, now things are not so good. Once you're both turning adrift and you're sort of bumping like this, or you're coming behind someone, or you're rubbing into someone, or even if you like come this close to someone and you just kind of pass by like this.
It's your fault.
I just did the same thing again! What is happening? I just want to see what's on the left. It won't let me go left.
You're gonna still see sparks flying off of the car. You're gonna see like if you come near a car like this close to a car, you're gonna see sparks flying off the front of this car, even though I'm like nowhere near him. And then in general, if you even just even touch the back of someone's car, or they touch the back of your car, just barely bump this car, it's gonna go wah, and just like wah, completely flip around.
I've done it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's how physics work. I'm in 11th. I've never been in 11th before. Okay, I'm in last.
I got 8th.
Wow.
I beat you.
That's not how physics function. Oh my god.
Wow.
I've never went left.
I went
11th.
left 3 times and I died every time.
And then the physics are gonna go ape. And there's a lot of really jank stuff, especially when you go from like You can stick to the roof or the walls and stuff on the maps. It's sort of like a Mario Kart 8 kind of gimmick. You can do like a Rocket League jump and flip to the roof and then drive on the roof a bit. But there's a lot of times where, like, if you're trying to fly up from this level and you're just trying to fly and hover like over a barrier or something, if the roof is like this high and I'm just trying to fly like this, the game will think that I want to go on the roof. Instead of me flying like this, it'll like turn me. Then I'm on the roof and now I'm stuck on the roof and I got to jump down, and it's like there's already a button to stick to the roof, so like why would I want to be trying to avoid stuff like this way, and then suddenly I'm up here like this, and then there's a barrier here and I hit that, you know, stuff like that. But in general, it's a pretty arcadey, fun racer that is good. I'm just sort of saying the few little things that you will notice while playing that are like, you know, this is a little lower quality than I would like. And on top of that, they have a system, last thing I'll mention, where depending on your rank, you unlock new maps. So when you're very first starting the game, you're bronze, and the maps are boring, like really boring, which I think this approach was kind of a miss, because that makes, like, again, the onboarding of a new player trying the game, unless they are actually 5 years old or, like, you know, missing half their brain from some sort of a horrible accident, they're gonna be bored, okay? And you have to play quite a fair bit to get out of bronze into silver, like a fair amount, to actually then be able to get some maps that are enjoyable. And I think there's a really big disconnect there, because why would someone want to play that long to get to where it's fun if it's not fun now? Like, I'm not having fun on these maps, so why do I want to keep playing them over and over and over just to then I can get the good maps? And then when you get to gold, you get even more maps. So it's like they don't get really good and engaging until much further in. And I think that's sort of like a mistake. And that's also really drastic when you are in like silver and gold. You're playing all the maps instead of just like the silver and gold maps. So you'll play one map that's amazing. Like this castle map, for example, is the best one I've played by far. They really just took Mario Kart's whole look and they just ripped them for this map. There's castles, they got the green, they got the like course design. It is like straight up Mario Kart. It's actually engaging because you're always turning, you're always doing, you know, some sort of maneuver. The map's very fast and skilled. This map is like the perfect map as far as Rocket Racing goes for me so far. I haven't tried the really higher ranked maps because I simply don't have time to get there yet. It's only been out today. This map is perfect in my opinion compared to all the other ones. It is the best. It's the standout. And the problem is that when you're in a higher rank, you'll go from playing this map, which is amazing and engaging and very skill based, and then you'll end up on one of the bronze maps where you have like 10-second segments that are just like a straight line and you're just kind of waiting. Like the car's not going that fast because it's so much distance. You do like some crazy drift for one part, but then you're just like waiting and waiting and waiting and then now you get to turn. Now you're waiting and waiting and waiting. Now you get another turn. It's like the map disparity between the starting maps being super boring and easy and like the like baby map stuff. Then it starts to get fun later. And I think that shouldn't be that way. I understand that if you have players that honestly are like little kids or whatever have you, and they cannot get out of bronze somehow, it's honestly just time gated, so I don't know how that could be. But, you know, brand new to the game, brand new to a racing game, I understand not hitting them with the crazy stuff right away, and it's like, oh, let's test them with these little easy maps so we can find their rank and then keep them in like an easy place where they can have fun. They're not getting a map that they physically cannot play. Not that they're that hard or anything, but I understand that thought behind it. I think the system is just too long. The ranking system is really grindy, especially now that I'm like finally hit gold. Just getting from like silver 3 to gold, really grindy. Like you're getting third or second or fourth, you're getting 5% of a rank, and so I would need to get that high of a place, like in podium finish, like 10 to 20 times to go up 1/3 of a whole rank. So like diamond 1, 2, 3. So to go from diamond 3, or sorry, from not diamond as well, but from silver 3 to gold 1, I need to play like 20 games where I'm all podiuming every single time, and it's like you don't really lose much either, which I don't understand. Like I was playing myself and someone else together, we're the same rank. I'm getting like third, I'm getting maybe 20%, which is really good. 20 or 30% of a rank, that's great. but then they're getting like 11th or 12th, and they're losing 2%. So it's like I lose and I lose 2%. I win and I get like 8 to 30%. So like, how's that a rank system if you're just always going up and you're never going down? And even early on, it should be much more volatile. It's getting more grindy as it goes on, which isn't fun. Like, it doesn't make the rank more skilled just because it takes longer. It's just grindy, and it's sort of like the same problem that Apex has had. Lots of games have had this. The rank system as it is needs to be more volatile, I think, but I'm hoping it's only like this because it's been out for a day. They want to see how it hits and where people end up and how they're moving and what players think. It's better to come out slower than have people hit, you know, the top rank in one day or something. It's better to come out a little slow, which I understand, but I think it should be changed to be more volatile. You should lose rank. Like, if there's 12 racers and you're not in the top 6, at least you should go down. I honestly think 4th and up really should be the only ones who gain rank. If you can't at least be in the majority of the 12, like if you're not better than most people there, then why would you go up, right? Because everyone needs to go either up or down. So if half of us are in 6th to 12th, we should all go down. 1st to 6th, they should all go up by, you know, varying margins relative to the other people's rank. As far as I can tell, it doesn't even take into account your rank relative to other people's, or at least not by much, but there hasn't been that much testing right now, really. That's just kind of my feel for it, because I was not the same rank as some of the people I was playing with, and then sometimes I was, and it didn't really seem like there was much of a difference. Like, even when you're bronze and you're in an all silvers lobby, you're kind of getting the exact same amount, I feel like, and then when you're silver in an all silvers lobby, it's giving it slower, but I think that's just the rank itself getting more grindy. It's hard to really say. The rank system, it is its own thing, but in general, the game, as far as the game goes, is fun. I enjoy it. I think it's like a great little racer. It's free. It's very arcadey. I do think it needs a quicker way to give you more maps, because there are a fair amount of maps, but you don't get to see them that much. And the one really cool thing I noticed is that all the maps say the name of the map and then by Psyonix, which leads one to assume that there will be player-created maps, because why else would it say by Psyonix? Instead, now there'll be people able to make maps, community-made maps, etc., and then it'll say like by whomever, and that would be really cool to see, especially if they get like approved for ranked and they're not just their own thing. But then we could have this huge pool of maps, and of course it's only going to grow over time. Like I said, it's live service. So I think right now it's a great place to start. I think they did a fine job. It's a good starting point. It is fun. It's not like as insanely mind-boggling as Lego Fortnite is. It's not this like massive AAA game, but it is a good little free racer, especially like it's for free. You know, if you're interested in racing games at all, you might as well try it out. It's cool. I like it. I don't dislike it. I'm definitely going to play more of it. And that's pretty much all my thoughts on Rocket Racing. I think it's a cool little racing game. I recommend you check it out if you're interested in that sort of thing, especially with some friends. There's no way you're not going to have fun. It's like playing Mario Kart, honestly. Like, it's like playing Mario Kart, but it's more about the racing skill and like map knowledge, I feel like, a lot more than items, because there are none. It's all about like drifting skill and knowing the map you're on. And it's hard to really stand out players skill-wise, because, you know, the ranking keeps you all pretty tight, and then there isn't much of like a catch-up mechanic when if everyone's racing perfectly, everyone's going to be exactly the same as they started, right? Because there's no like items to make the guy in last catch up. It's kind of just how you race that determines where you end up, which I suppose is better. You can go either way with either system. I hate the items in Mario Kart, honestly. Like, I don't like how that system works, and then I feel like this goes far the other way. But on the harder maps, it definitely makes more sense. It's just on the like easier maps, when everyone's just kind of holding down R2 or holding down, you know, the gas pedal, waiting at certain points, it doesn't feel like there's much room for a skilled player. But then when you get on the really harder maps, it's definitely a harder game, and there are better players on those maps. I've been behind people doing some insane dodging all these, you know, flames and stuff, and I'm like, okay, these guys are good at the game. Whereas on a plain map where you're just going on a circle, you're like, okay, this is, you know, like, am I better than them because I'm in first? It's like, I mean, we're all just kind of driving in a circle. But that's enough anyways. That's just more thoughts on Rocket Racing. Let me know what you think of the game if you tried it out. If you haven't, you should try it out. It's free. It's on Fortnite. It's free for everyone in the whole entire planet. You might as well give it a try and see if you like it or not. But that's about it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Sorry I went so long. I actually had a lot more to say about Rocket Racing than I thought. You know? It's interesting they made it, because I think they figured out that everyone who plays Rocket League, all the kids who play that game, are extremely racist. So they're like, what if we made a racing game and they can all be racists? That's just a great evolution of the franchise.